What is up, CSP fam? This video podcast is where we will discuss video and graphic ideas that help you approach marketing by using storytelling. All this we try to do in 5 minutes or less, so with some time elapsed already, let's dive right in. As you know, I was a pastor in my time before opening my own business. I spent some time as a pastor doing everything creative. Towards the end of my career working in the church world, I led many meetings that required a lot of creative brain power, but none were as fun as the script writing meeting we had every week. Don't get me wrong. I mean, writing the script every week wasn't the fun part, but it was the creative people that were around me. We would spend our time together talking about life, how we were doing, and eventually we would get down to writing the script. Brainstorming done right can be a powerful tool, but done wrong, it can be a detriment to crafting the best story. Good brainstorms help get creative juices flowing. It encourages thinking outside the box. Bad brainstorms hinders creativity and becomes a nuisance and another unproductive meeting. So here are 3 things to remember when brainstorming. The first thing is, it's not about anybody's one idea. The second thing is, there's actually no bad ideas. And the third thing is, don't use the word no. First off, brainstorms aren't about anybody's one idea. If there is someone on the team who always seems to be pushing their idea over others, it can be detrimental to reaching the potential of creativity. Sometimes people feel like their ideas are the best and all others are dumb. That person, no matter how good their ideas may be at the time, will eventually cause the brainstorm to turn into a brain ruin. If that person isn't a team player and only looking out for their own interests and not willing to look at the team as a whole, they might not fit the culture of your brainstorm, and you may need to ask them to leave. Secondly, there are no bad ideas. I don't know how many times I suggested bad ideas in a brainstorm that I knew weren't great ones. But here's why that isn't bad. Sometimes those bad, silly, crazy ideas lead others to think about something in a different way. Oftentimes when I would suggest what I considered to be a bad idea, it eventually led us to a creative direction based off of some silly thing that was said. It may not have been my suggestion, but myself being a part of the team helped get us to the right direction. Lastly, don't use the word no. There's nothing that shuts down a conversation like no in a brainstorm session. It kind of goes over like a fart in church. It keeps any further ideas that people were thinking about from coming out because they don't want to get shot down. I'm not saying you should use the word yes to everything, although that would be a pretty fun brainstorm to be a part of. What I am saying is don't use the word no. Instead of no, say, can we explore that more? Or interesting, what would that look like? Or let's run down that road a bit further. These allow the person to feel heard and others to jump in on the ideas as well. Using these 3 things in a brainstorm will help you and your team be more creative. And with story-based marketing, creativity is what inspires stories. It also helps you create a culture of trust, and trust is the foundation of a high-functioning team. That's all the time we have for today. Join us next week for our new topic as we talk about story branding. Story branding is the ability to have a strong brand by the ways people talk about your product, brand, or service. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our social media and connect with us online. I'm John Oney, and we'll see you next time.